Good morning, kindergarten. It is Tuesday. I hope you had a fun and restful extra day off for the weekend. We have 4 days of school this week, and then next week we get to come back into class all together, and I am so excited to see you. I can't wait. All right, let's say good morning. Addison, Georgie, Mrs. Shores, Brandon, Francisco, Christian, Janie, Haley, Eva, Moses, Jonathan, Logan M, Evelyn, Michael, Trinity, Emilio, Anais, Logan D, and Amaya. I am so excited to see you all again soon. Let's talk about our schedule today. We're having our class meeting right now. Then we'll do our morning work, reading group, literacy block, math, and we'll finish our day with writing. We got our Let's Find Out magazine, so on Thursday this week we get to do a Let's Find Out. I really like those, they're fun. Let's talk about the date. So yesterday was our day off. It was the 18th. What comes after 18? 19. 19 is next. And that's today. We're going to use our whisper voice today. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Today is Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. Let's get ready and do our morning work. Morning work time in our yellow packet. Check out your next page, day 75. Holy cow, that's a lot of days. Write your name at the top. And today we're working on finding, let me zoom in a little bit. We're finding things that start with the W sound that W makes. W says W. And we are going to find words that start with W. Let's first look right here at the walrus. Does walrus start with W? Yes, let's circle the walrus. Next is an elf. Does elf start with W? No, it does not. Let's leave the elf alone. Over here, this is an orange. Does orange start with W? No, let's leave that alone too. Down here is a queen. Does queen start with W? No, let's leave the queen alone. And here's a snail. Does snail start with W? It does not. Last, we have a bottle of water. Does water start with W? Yes, it does. Circle the water. We know walrus, water begin with W. Down below, do you remember we were doing this last week? We'll count the dots in our 10 frame. We'll find the number that matches that and draw a line. And then at the very end, we'll trace these numerals. So let's touch and count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dots and the number 9. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots to the number 7. And last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots up to the number 8. Then we're going to trace. Make an 8. Make an S and close the gate. 7, straight line over, down from heaven. And a circle and a line make a 9. Now you can go back up here and color in your pictures. So we're looking at that TH sound that says th, and we know this new sight word, THE, the. That's a sight word we've been working on a really long time during our literacy block time. Let's go around our circle and say our sounds and words. Ready? Begin. I, s, a, said, I, I'm, said, e, a, d, said, e, d. We're going to look in this little book again today. Do you remember? So we started reading about Sam Jam and how she loves jam with everything. We read that last week. And she went to school and she had jam in her face and she licked it off and said, So we're starting a new story in this book today called Animal House. This story has 4 chapters, so it's a little bit longer than Sam Jam. And it has one main character right here. This main character, her name, we're going to make the sounds in her name together. Ready? Begin. D, E, D. Her name is D. Who is this? Yes, D is our main character. We have one new vocabulary word down here in the green section. Our vocabulary word is distraught. When someone is very upset or unhappy, he or she is distraught. So that's a word we'll hear in this story. Wow, look at this. There's D, our main character. Chapter 1 of Animal House is called The New Pet. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many pets, she didn't know what to do. One day, the woman brought home another pet. This time, the woman named D brought home a bee. So we know our story is about D. She had so many pets that she didn't know what to do. Do you see all these pets spilling out of her shoe? And it looks like here comes that new pet, her bee right here. What do you think the bee will do? Oh man, do you think it might sting someone? We're going to read this sentence about it right here. Ready? Begin. See the bee, said D. Let's read that one more time. Ready? Begin. See the bee, said D. Bee will live here too. Bear, who liked to sit in a chair, looked quite distraught. That just won't do, said Bear. Nonsense, said Bee. D, I love that bee. So there's that vocabulary word distraught. Do you remember what that means? That means that Bear was very upset and unhappy. Why do you think he was so distraught? Do you think he was scared of that bee? I would be. We're going to look right here on this page. The next day when the animals played, Bee stung Bear. So Bear jumped up and knocked over his chair. Let's read about Bear. Ready? Begin. Bear said, see me. I'm mad. D said, see the mad bear. That's not funny, said Bunny. That bee must go. Then down below the picture, nonsense. Let's read these words together. Ready? Begin. Said D, I love that bee. So, why was Bear upset? Because that bee stung him. Do you think that hurt? I think it did. Have you ever been stung by a bee? It doesn't feel good, does it? Let's look over on this side. The next day, Bee stung Fox as he played in his box. Fox was distraught. Let's see what D said. Ready? Begin. D said, see the fox. See the box. Fox said, that bee must go. Oh, let's see what D's gonna say about it. Nonsense. Ready? Begin. Said D, I love that bee. So far, the bee has stung Bear and Fox. But will D get rid of that bee? No, she won't. She loves it. She wants to keep it. We have a lot of words to read on this page. Our picture words are bee, bear, chair, fox, box. Chapter 2, up at the top. Ready? Begin. See the bee. I see D. I see the bee. See the bear. See the chair. I see the fox. I see the box. So here's D and the bee. Here's fox in the box. And here's bear on the chair. Guess what? Those are 3 groups of rhyming words. D, bee, rhyme. Fox, box, rhyme. Bear, chair, rhyme. So that's all we're reading for today. We will keep reading this. Tomorrow we'll do a page out of our magazine. And then on Thursday, we will finish our story and we'll see what happens with all those animals that got stung by the bee. The letter we're going to talk about this week is D. Here is a dinosaur. Dinosaur starts with D. When we make the D sound, we're going to pretend like we're knocking on a door. So we'll say D, D, D. Okay, here we go. Dinah the dancing dinosaur had huge and clumsy feet. They went D, 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 as Dinah kept the beat. So here is our Dinah the dinosaur for our letter D sound. Let's see if I can hold it up here. Kind of. Then let's look at some of our letter D stuff. Here are 2 different ducks. Here's like a rubber ducky for the bath. And this looks like real ducks. I think there used to be 3 baby ducks here and one's gone now. But a mama duck and her ducklings. Duck and ducklings both start with D. Here's a deer, a dolphin, some dinosaurs, a dog, and a donkey. All of those start with D. Let's look at some of our cards. We have dress, starts with D. Drum starts with D. Desk starts with D. Doll starts with D. Dog starts with D. And duck starts with D. We have a lot of letter D words. So your job now, look around your house. Try to find words that either start with a D sound or have a D sound in them somewhere, okay? So go do that right now. Literacy block time. Take out our next page. This is what it looks like. We are practicing the letter D this week. We're going to first use your pencil, trace straight line down, jump back to the top and make a curved line all the way around. Lowercase d, make a circle and then a straight line. Then we're going to look at the pictures and decide what starts with a D sound. First we have a door. Does door start with D? Yes, circle the door. Socks. Do socks start with D? Nope, let's leave those alone. A doll. Does doll start with D? Yes, it does. Circle the doll. Tree. Does tree start with D? Nope. Dog. Does dog start with D? Yes, it does. How about dice? Dice starts with D. Next, grapes. Do grapes start with D? No, let's leave the grapes alone. What about the duck? Does duck start with D? Yes, it does. Circle the duck. Here is a doctor. Does doctor start with D? Yes, circle the doctor. Here is a deer. Does deer start with D? Yes, it does. Circle the deer. This is a hammer. Does hammer start with D? No, let's leave it alone. What about a dragon? Does dragon start with D? Yes, it does. Circle the dragon. All right, so we know door, doll, dog, dice, duck, doctor, deer, and dragon all start with the D. So let's look at this side. I'll get a darker pen, and we're going to write these words. Up here is our word bank: dog, door, deer, doll, drum, duck. Here is our first picture. It's the duck. D, U, C, K. Duck. Next, we have this thing that you bang on, a drum. Drum is spelled D, R, U, M. Drum. Here is a deer. D, E, E, R. Deer. This is a cute little dog. D, O, G. Dog. Down here is a door. D-O-O-R. And last, a doll. D-O-L-L. So if you need more time to write your words, pause it here and get your words done. Then use your crayons and color your pictures on this side and on the other side. All right, math packet time, blue one, taking out our next page. So remember last week we had to draw some towers to fill in. Well, today we're going to cut out some towers to fill in. So we'll start with our name. And then we'll need our scissors. And we're going to cut off the bottom part of our page. See this dotted line that I'm cutting on? You do that. So our page looks really short like this. Then on this bottom part, there are a bunch more dotted lines. I'm going to cut out each of these towers. And then we're going to try to figure out which tower goes in which one of these spots. So we can count, we can see the numbers. This has 1 cube, this tower has 2, this has 3, this tower has 4, this one has 5, and this tower has 6. So what would come after 6? We need to find the tower that has 7, don't we? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I found my tower of 7. You find your tower of 7. Then I'll put just one line of glue on the back of it. There's my tower with 7, and then I'll write the number 7 under it. Then I need to find what would come next. I've got 5, 6, 7. What number do I need next? I need 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is the tower I need. My tower of 8. Then I need to write the number 8 in my box down below. And then my last empty box, what number am I looking for? How many blocks? I'm looking for 9. Let's see if this has 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks for this one. And then I'll write my number 9 down here, and we did it. This was a pretty fast activity today. If you want to go back, you can color in your blocks. You could color them in patterns if you want, or you can just leave them blank. It's your choice. But that's it for math today. You know what you could do? You know, in your other packet that you got, you have a chart with all the numbers from 1 to 100. You can practice counting those numbers from 1 to 100. All right, it is the end of our day and it is time for writing. In your purple packet, you might see that I already did my writing today. I decided to do some rainbow writing. I used purple, red, green, peach, blue, and pink to write my words today. If you want to use your crayons and do it like this, you can. Also, if you have like colored pencils at home, you could use your colored pencils, or if your grown-ups let you use markers, you could use your markers, but that's your grown-up's choice, whether you get to use markers at home or not. And these are all words that we know the sounds to. So while you're tracing your word and then writing it 2 times, I want you to be making the sounds. So I'm going to go over the sounds in each word first, and then you'll get to do this all on your own, okay? So our first word, k, I, n, kin, ip, rip, id, did, it, pit, ab, dab, it, kit. So while you're tracing your words, you can use your pencil too if you want. You don't have to use anything colorful. While you're tracing them and writing them, be reading them to yourself, making those sounds too, okay? So do this all on your own, and then you're done for the day. Nice job.